Welcome. Welcome to this place. I chose a beach in the background because it's winter and it feels very open, and there are great opportunities when at the end of things, in the transition between things, and we are moving into the end of the year and the beginning of the holidays. So how do we keep our center when things change? We were just talking before I turned on the recording about how our beaches in California are affected by king tides and low tides and change, because that is a metric for the edge of things, the way that the edges respond. We have lots of edges in our lives, thresholds of on and off, and life and death, and birth and rebirth. So how do we keep our center in the middle of things? I have one of my favorite poems by Rumi to begin, and some incredibly practical questions about how we stay connected to each other and to spirit. But I'm going to start with Rumi because we need some positive energy right now in the middle of change. This is called It's Rigged by Rumi, translation by Daniel Landinsky. It's rigged, everything in your favor, so there's nothing to worry about. Is there some position you want, some office, some acclaim, some award, some con, some lover, maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe 4 all at once, maybe a relationship with God? I know that there is a gold mine in you, and when you find it, the wonderment of the earth's gifts you will lay aside as naturally as does a child, a doll. But dear, how sweet you look kissing the unreal. Comfort, fulfill yourself in any way possible. Do that until you ache, Then come to me again. I love that poem because it's a circle. We're knuckleheads, we screw up, we try things that we think we love. Maybe we don't love them, maybe they don't love us back. And we try it again, and we keep going, and looking for love, looking for sustenance out there. And of course, in the end, we find it in here with Spirit, the kingdom of God within. So the questions before us for relationships with each other or relationships with Spirit, with God, are: what is the way that you know in your own life to stay connected to Spirit and to stay connected to each other? How do you find that peaceful place within, that place on the edge between out there and in here, where you can show up with calm and composure and love in the world and be that in the world? What is that one practice that you do that consistently allows you to show up as love in the world? Small, sweet practice. I offer you breath. Let's take a breath together. Let's take a breath of gratitude together. Breathe in gratitude through the heart. Breathe in. And fully exhale all that is in the way of that calm, grateful centeredness. You and Spirit dropping down from our heads to our hearts on the threshold of love. Another breath. Breathe in gratitude. Whatever came up for you when I said that. Breathe in. Hopefully you're picturing that thing in your brain, letting it light you up, that image, and exhaling. It is sustenance, that image, that feeling of gratitude. Breath. One more breath together, across the ethers, from New York to San Francisco. Breathe in. And exhale. Relaxing back in to the idea that you have nothing to worry about. Here's Rumi again. It's rigged. It's rigged. Everything in your favor. So there's nothing to worry about. Is there some position you want, some office, some acclaim, some award, some con, some lover? Maybe a relationship with God. I know there's a gold mine in you, and when you find it, the wonderment of the earth's gifts you will lay aside as easily as a child does a doll. But dear, how sweet you look to me, kissing the unreal. Comfort yourself. Fulfill yourself in any way possible. Do that until you ache, Then come to me again. It's rigged. It's rigged. Everything in your favor, so there's nothing to worry about. Sit back and relax into that idea, that possibility, that renewal. Dropping down from your head to your heart into the silence. That there is nothing to worry about. You are held, you are love, and you are loved. Can you imagine a place where there is nothing to worry about? It's rigged, everything in your favor. Drop down into the notes and the space between the notes. To an image of the landscape that you love. Feel yourself held. Taking a breath together. Breathing in the peace of presence and exhaling all the tensions that we have accumulated. This sweet, small practice might make all the difference in your day to remind you whose and who you belong to. This holy ground of peace, always available under the breath and the words and the noise. For you to feel held, restored, nurtured, loved. It's rigged. Everything in our favor. Believe that. Thank you so much for joining me today. Great fun.